Hello, everybody. Tonight, I'd like to share my experience of when you came back to your home country after long period of living abroad. In my case, settled back down Korea, my home country, after 20 years of living abroad. Right. The most difficult thing was the your background. Right. Actually, your foundation, the foundation you used to have, after 20 years later, actually, of course, everything is gone. Your contact, your relationship, let alone you're losing all the kind of familiar feeling, right? That was the actually most biggest disadvantage to me after 20 years of living abroad and came back to your home country. You just want to do something new, right? Then and then what was in my case was, my returning to my home country was not kind of after success. I came back to my home country after losing everything and being completely broke, right? And then your foundation also, and when you came back to your home country where you used to grow up and establish most of your advantage, right? All gone. After 20 years, basically all gone. And your situation also not so desirable, you know. Actually, basically, no one really welcome you, right? Not welcome is kind of your own, maybe, imagination. Maybe you took people's word so seriously, possibly, and due to your own inferior feeling, right, makes you feel more like upset and kind of feel humiliated, right? They took it something like, humiliating, that kind of feeling. I know maybe not all of them just trying to mean to humiliate me, but due to the that horrible condition myself, maybe I took it something too personal and found it kind of humiliating, maybe. And anyway, you know, that was the biggest disadvantage. You're returning after long period of time, 2 decades living abroad, and at, you just at that time I was mid 40, mid 40, and then like it was very hard to accept that reality. I mean, I don't want to blame, anybody. Maybe that's the very natural characteristic of people, right? And then for me, more the harder thing to take was, when I left Korea, I was still very young, in my 20s. And then, at that age, you don't have much, like, some sort of politics among friends, right? I mean, something like that. But, you know, around 40, a lot of things was about politics. What I'm saying is, the politics, how you manage the people in your group, who to who you to follow, who you to lead, that kind of policy within politics, within, you know, human relationship. And then, since I was being away 20 years, right? I completely lost the any sense of, those certain relationship among friends, because the town I came back to, the town in Korea I came back, was one of the major city in Korea, near my hometown, right? In this town, we have some very close circles of our all friends. And then, because the number isn't so small, and it divided into several factions, and then the funny thing, later I came to realize is our age like 40, 50 is a very, in a way, pretty opportune time to be politician, right? Some sort of politician, small city, within city based politician. Our age is actually kind of pretty high time you get involved in that activity, whether you like it or not. Anyway, you have to be with certain political factions, and that makes my settling back even more uncomfortable at that time. And it was really hard to stay on your own. You know, it was kind of, it cannot be optional. You have to take certain side. And this kind of thing makes me really, really uncomfortable at that time. It was really kind of frustrating. You already lost your formal foundation, formal ground for yourself. And then because you've been away, like, 2 decades abroad, right? Without any kind of close contact or any kind of close relationship. And then you go back to your homeland country, and everybody is with certain faction of political group, right? And for me, it was very hard to, keep stay away from the choice. Actually, I didn't really want to. I was not really interested in the, I mean, any side of, political things. And that things makes my next move very hard. I couldn't get any kind of support, right, from either side, because I didn't want to belong to any of them. But in my case, anyway, I didn't like it. I didn't want to play someone else's game. So I just stay away any side of, political faction in Korea. And then that was the main reason I'm still alone, still on my own, without much contact with my friends in this town. So I'm the least popular person among my friends. I just decline all the support from my either side of friends, kind of, if I alliance with them. I don't want to trade my friendship for some, like, my own interest. So I just decide to stay in the middle, just sitting on the fence, and then I just become kind of neutral. But one thing kind of distinctive for businessmen here, I just decline all of them. I just decline all of them. I mean, the support, like under the condition of certain alliance with either side, right? But I decline every of them. And then for last 10 years time, basically I don't have any kind of support from my all-time friends in this town. I think I have some problem with my personality, I think, in a way. I'm not very sociable or kind of anti-social, I don't know. But in my young days, right, I kept quite good relationship with almost any of them. At the time, I clearly remember, and most of my friends also remember me as a very sociable and like very easygoing, this type of person, right? Hi, easygoing and also pretty outgoing. And my choice being on my own, not go with any side of political faction, right? It was kind of scandalous among my friends at the time. And I kept that resolution until now, you know, almost 10 years time, still same. And now, as times goes by like this way, close 10 years, I became almost like, you know, non-existent to my friends, you know, non-existent anymore. I just kind of became nobody to them. No one cares about me, and no one talk to me. And actually, that's the thing I invited myself, and I don't regret being completely on my own, running my own business without any kind of support from those, you know, political hazards, right? Political. I don't want to, waste my time and energy for the thing I'm not interested. Anyway, this is also my own choice. I don't regret. And once I get familiar with this kind of feeling going alone, I think I became old, I think. That's why my sentiment and my mentality, everything is stay peaceful and like just want to stay away from unnecessary mental hassles, I believe. And that decision actually going on my own without attaching to any side of group, right? Of course, at first it was kind of hard to make myself afloat, but once you really establish your own faculty on your own, right? And then once you get control of everything about your business or your life, whatever, I think once you get used to it, then I think no problem. I have some hard time, some lonely time, early part of my settling back in Korea, and then my business. But once I completely establish my own faculty here on my own, and later found that it's much beneficial, much better in many ways. You don't need to hassle around all the mental political game, which you are not really interested at all. Huh? I mean, what I'm saying is, once you really get hold of, playing your own game, right? Mastering your way of life. Actually, you don't need to play somebody else's game, right? You don't need to waste your own time and energy for the thing you are absolutely alone, completely no interest things, right? That is what I'm saying. In that respect, I think I really manage it well. In that respect, I'm completely free, and I can focus on what I'm really interested, and the thing what I should put myself wholeheartedly, all my energy, time and energy, everything, right? For the thing that I really wanted to achieve. Anyway, that thing, using your own foundation while you're living abroad long time. That is the really the biggest disadvantage for me that time. But anyway, I I believe I overcame that thing, and I'm cool. Absolutely no problem with that. I re-establish my own foundation all by myself again, and then I'm playing my own game on my own ground. That is a very fortunate thing for myself, I believe. Okay, thank you very much. Hope to see you in the next one.